Hey, deep divers. Welcome back. You know how much we love to dig into all those productivity hacks, and this time it looks like we're taking a deep dive into the world of Excel.
Specifically, keyboard shortcuts.
Oh yeah, those secret weapons that can really amp up your workflow.
That's right. We've got some awesome source material to help us uncover the hidden power of Excel shortcuts.
And it looks like we're focusing on one shortcut in particular that's supposed to unlock a whole new level of automation,
Automation? That sounds pretty good to me. Who wouldn't want to make their lives a bit easier?
especially when it comes to spreadsheets. Am I right?
Yeah, nobody wants to spend hours on those. So let's get right into it. What's this magical shortcut we're talking about?
Okay, so according to our source, it's Alt plus F8.
Alt F8. Hmm, interesting.
I know it doesn't sound that impressive at first glance.
But trust me, this one's a game changer. This little combo opens up what's called the macro dialog box.
Macro dialog box. Okay, now that sounds a little intimidating. To be honest, I'm picturing lines of code and flashing screens.
I get it. It sounds kind of techy, but it's actually way more user-friendly than you might think.
Okay, so it's not going to fry my computer.
Definitely not. Think of it like this. When you hit Alt plus F8, a window pops up with a list of all the macros you've created.
Macros. Gotcha.
Now, what exactly are macros? Well, imagine this. You're doing this repetitive task in Excel. Maybe it's formatting a report or copying and pasting data. You know, those things you do over and over and over again.
Ugh, tell me about it. It's like spreadsheet Groundhog Day?
Exactly. So with macros, you can record those steps just once, and then Excel can replay them perfectly whenever you need them.
Wait, hold on. So I could literally record myself doing all the boring stuff and then make Excel do it for me automatically.
Yep, you got it. It's like having your own personal assistant built right into Excel.
Okay, my mind is officially blown. I mean, think about all the time you could save. Imagine finishing that weekly report in 10 minutes instead of an hour.
Exactly. All that extra time, you could be focusing on the things that actually matter, like analyzing the data and finding insights.
Instead of getting bogged down in formatting and all those little tedious steps.
It's not just about saving time either. It's about freeing up your mental energy so you can focus on the bigger picture.
That makes a lot of sense.
Right.
Okay, so we've got these macros that can automate our tasks, but how do we actually access them? Is it back to that macro dialog box?
Well, you can definitely launch them from there. But there's an even cooler trick. You can actually assign custom shortcut keys to your most used macros.
So I could trigger a whole automation sequence with just a couple of keystrokes.
That's the idea. It's like having personalized shortcuts for all the repetitive things you do.
So wait, walk me through this. How do I actually assign these shortcut keys?
Okay, so you go back to that macro dialog box, you select the macro you want to assign a shortcut to,
Yeah.
and then you click on Options. There's a field where you can enter your desired key combination.
So Control plus Shift plus whatever letter I choose.
Exactly. It's totally up to you. You can customize it to whatever makes sense for your workflow.
This is incredible. It's like suddenly Excel has become this super customizable tool.
That's the beauty of it. It's about taking control and making Excel work the way you want it to.
So to recap, Alt plus F8 opens up this whole world of macros. We can automate tasks and then create our own shortcuts to trigger them instantly. It's amazing how something so simple can have such a huge impact.
It really changes the way you think about working with Excel. It's like you're no longer limited by the manual steps.
And that's exactly what this deep dive is all about, isn't it? Pushing the boundaries of what's possible and finding those hidden gems that can help us be more productive.
It's about constantly learning and evolving and finding new ways to improve our workflow.
And honestly, who doesn't want to get things done faster? I know I do.
Now that you know the power of Alt plus F8 and macros, the possibilities are endless. What will you automate? What kind of shortcuts will you create?
I think that's a great question for all our deep divers out there. Take this knowledge and go experiment. Free yourselves from those soul-crushing tasks and see what you can achieve.
And who knows, maybe you'll uncover even more hidden powers lurking within Excel.
Until next time, happy automating deep divers.